So guys, quick sort of speed sculpt. It's based off of the orc from the new Hobit film. I think was it Azol the Defiler or something. Not quite sure what his name is. It's something like that. But you know, I don't usually do these speed sculpts, and I'm trying to do like more and more of them. Pretty funny, funny kind of project. This it took me a while to sort of get it looking decent. I don't know, I hadn't sculpted a face in a while, so I was kind of sketchy about how I was going to go about and do it. It doesn't look anything like the actual orc, the Pale Orc from the Hobbit though. Ended up looking like some sort of boxer or something, kind of weird. But just my typical sort of workflow, Dynamesh, using like the transpose tool to pull out the ears and stuff like that. I'm just trying to sort of improve my speed, I think it's kind of important to practice heads, as being a character artist and stuff. It's pretty important to be able to sculpt faces, and it's been a long time since I've done any, so just thought I'd give it a bash. And this Pale Orc character is just something that's really stuck in my mind ever since I watched the film, so just went ahead and sculpted him for the fun of it. Like I said though, it took a while to get into it. The proportions and stuff ended up looking a bit weird, but I think the end result was kind of satisfactory. It looked okay. Probably not anatomically correct at all, but I was just trying to have some fun with the forms and stuff. That's pretty much it. But I am looking for opinions on these speeds. I mean, a speed sculpt like this, kind of something you'd enjoy watching and want me to do. So I don't know, I could probably do quite a few of these every day if I wanted to. I think it's really good for improving your skills. This funny thing with the eye as well. It took me ages to make the eye looking. I should have just left it like that. I mean, it looks okay here. I ended up really messing around with the eye after, and it looks weird. So I was trying to make it look centered, the actual pupil area. So I went ahead and added a texture on there in a minute, which takes me ages. What I'm doing here, I tried to hand paint it to begin with, but it just ended up looking really shit. I was just playing around with like pupil sizes because I wanted to sort of, try and get this thing looking quite realistic, proportional wise. I didn't really texture it realistically. I just left it all rough, but yeah, I completely failed making this eye. I eventually just go on Google and just drop on a texture. But it just take me. This is about. I think this video used to be an hour long, so I spent a good 10 minutes doing this shit. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what happens sometimes though. You just get lost in the process. And I eventually grabbed this Sharingan eye. I don't know why I put something to do with Naruto on my artwork, but oh well. So I paint this eye on there using Lightbox. Lightbox is pretty cool. But I was just using this pupil texture more of a reference, just to get the eye, the actual eye sort of socket centered, because I often find myself I don't keep to the center of the sphere when I'm actually making the eyelids. So when it came to animating stuff, the eyes always looks weird. Just something to be aware of. It's just useful to drop on a texture down there so you can have a better idea of where your eyelids are. And I ended up messing around ages trying to make him look sinister and evil. It was really pissing me off that. I ended up just leaving it kind of open and pretty neutral. So I might do some more practice on eyes, as it seems to be bothering me. Trying to make his mouth look more interesting. It seems to come together a lot when I subdivide and I have a lot more geometry to work with, which I do in a second. I'm just getting down some sort of base areas, figuring stuff out. I think I just do this chin here and I subdivide. There you go. Now I can really start to carve out some details well, not details, but just the actual forms. So that was the aim of this little mini project. It's just to sort of play around with forms and stuff and different sculpting methods. But yeah, I really do advise you to do a few of these sort of quick sculpts, just using clay build-up. I think it's pretty important to practice sculpting forms and stuff. And the face is one of the hardest things to sculpt in my opinion, just because there's so many different areas to hit that you need in order for it to look good. But it's starting to look okay now. The forms and stuff like that are starting to make more sense. I managed to sort the eye into something that's okay with a few brush strokes, and then I just kind of finish him off. Might do a few more of these faces, and I suppose I could probably single out body parts, to be honest with you. Legs are something that I really want to practice, but for now I'm just going to do a few faces, because I think that's really important. And when I get sort of comfortable with sculpting faces, I'm going to start extracting textures from them. So yeah, that should be good. Put them into the Marmoset engine or something. Should be interesting. But yeah, it's pretty much coming to an end. Put a bit of perspective on there and I do a turntable thing. Probably whiz around really fast. That's pretty much it.